everybody. Well. Landlord is going to come back on today to work on the kitchen floor. And then he said to the maintenance guy, he said, could you also do the other rooms too, including the studio where Michelle's in? And I told both of them this. I said, right now, the next important project you've got to do, Jimmy, is you've got to replace the broken, rusted, ratty, rotted old window in the bedroom. Because if you don't, the glass is going to fall out sooner or later, and then there's going to be cold air just blowing in here. And that is what I told him. I said, that's the important thing. That's the next thing that must be done.
Oh, yeah!
Because, I mean, I don't want to, freeze my ass off unintentionally, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, Jimmy looked and said, da, no, da, to you. You got to get this done, because this is getting long on the tooth, and this window is getting pretty beat up. You got to really do something with it. I said, the main floor in the living room in the studio is not that bad. Yes, it is a subfloor, but it's been this way for 18, 20 years. It's with me here anyway. And I don't really think it needs to be done right now. But the kitchen floor can kind of wait a little bit too, but that window must be fixed because it's only holding on by a thread with the glass because the glazing compound is pretty much dried out and it's just wood's rotting, the paint's peeling. You really got to fix it. And the guy looked at it, he kind of agreed with me. Yeah, it does got to get fixed. So I don't know what the next itinerary is. I do know that he still wants to do my kitchen floor. But it's going to be kind of hard for him to do everything all at once because there's just so much stuff to move from room to room. I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow when you watch the show, if the show might be in the bedroom, only because of the fact that there's likely the studio itself will be in disarray. It's just expected because we're going to put all the furniture when they do room by room. They're going to put it in other rooms, which means it's going to get kind of congested. Yeah, my house needs a Sudafed. Good morning, Grace. How you doing today? I was working with Croc today on a story about Noodle's idea of 48 hours going over to Amish, old order Amish in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. That story is coming up pretty good. The version that it just came out with is pretty good for a short, Grok style short, but it's a little bit better than what I would have gotten through ChatGPT. Sorry, ChatGPT, I do love you, but you know what? Your idea of a story is sometimes just like, I feel like, like to give more like a summary, and I need meat and potatoes for these stories, because otherwise, I like details, but I also like to follow stories too. It's an original double hung from 1911. Yeah. Original, and it's got the original weights in the back, or in the pockets on the side. The ropes are good, but the so yeah, it's the original from this when the building was built. So yes, a standard insert replacement can be used. As I told Jimmy, I said, look, you can get replacements that just go in with this. When you take the windows out and the trim off, you take the trim off, you put the new insert in. If you go with those kind of replacements, which is pretty quick and fast, you can get it done probably in about a few hours. And then It wouldn't take you long because that's what my prior landlord did in Litchfield Street in Torrington. Yeah. Well, that's again. I have experience, as I said, working with my father in construction, so I know some of this. Let me fix this headphone. I hate when my cords get twisted like this. Jeez. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You really gotta be careful with the cords though. Yeah, I know. Okay. So I need some. What? What the hell was that? Yeah, but the wood is still rotting away, though. That's not just a matter of putting new glazing compound on. It needs a whole thing needs. It's got wood that's rotting away. It's got to be. It's maybe it can be fixed. Maybe if someone wants to sit there and rebuild a whole new, frame for especially the lower part of the window. But I'm gonna just say right now, it just clearly needs a lot of TLC, and I don't think Jimmy has got the patience or the time to do that. Rambo, I agree with you. But if I can get someone to do it now, I've seen it done in the wintertime. That's where the insert windows come in fast because they don't take as long. It just, you just got to measure the rough opening, go ahead. If it's a standard size, he can get it done today. If it's an unstandard size, oh, have mercy on my soul. When a house this type, count on the wool, we have mercy on your soul. He'll probably say, "Aye, Captain, I'm an engineer, not a miracle worker." He's not even that. I don't know what he's gonna do. I mean, theoretically, he has to see where maybe carefully jack it up downstairs. That's asking too much. It's not quite 30 degrees, but it's pretty good. It's pretty much like 10%. It's like 10 degrees. I have measured it with my level. It's not good, but it's not something he can fix like in a day without a proper screw jack support and then putting in a new column underneath. It's going to take a little bit more time. You're probably right, Chris. You're probably right. That's why Loving was joking about Lord have mercy. It probably isn't a standard size. Absolutely correct, Rambo. No, it's not. It's just. So I wouldn't be surprised if if he was to try to buy a unit like that, and then they we'll have to custom make one for you, and of course Jimmy would be like, no, don't come back in the summertime when it's warm, and then he forgets all about it. Yeah. I mean, he could probably fix it, but it's probably going to have to scrape the paint off. He's going to have to fill in and remove the rotted wood, which is like removing a cavity, and fill it in with some wood putty, repaint it after he sands it smooth. And he just doesn't have the talent to do that. I mean, I could do it, but you're right. I'm not going to be stuck freezing my arse off out there working on a window, and it's got wind blowing in from the outside. and I have to sleep in that same room, and then I'd be freezing my arse off. No, absolutely not. No, it's not gonna happen. No. Is the slope more than floor level it can handle? I don't think it's too bad, but we gotta find out what did they originally do. Because the second floor doesn't seem to be unlevel. I have a hunch long ago somebody decided to make an alteration downstairs. Downstairs, his apartment's almost the same design as mine, but they used to have a large carrying beam that used to go right across. And somebody decided, in their infinite wisdom, to take the carrying beam and make it shorter. In other words, they cut a piece of it out, which was as set as a carrying beam. Never mind the 1955 flood, which also did a number. Oh, good God, the flood did more damage than anything. So, well, that's what happens when you live in an old house. We lived in a Victorian house. My parents did in New Hartford. That house, everybody says, I see you guys on the videos. That floor was just as bad in my parents' bedroom, and they were like, my father said, "Well, there's not much we can do as renters." I mean, the owner at the time said to him, "Could you make my house a little bit better?" And my dad's like, "I'm not a miracle worker. I mean, your house is kind of racked a little bit. I mean, maybe I can make it a little bit better, but it's not going to be perfectly square." Yes, it is a big problem. Absolutely. And that's one of the reasons why I have a strong hunch that's what happened. I can't think of any other reason why it would be like that. It definitely needs to put a kind of a joist or a support column in there to make sure that if that's the case, it's gonna have to be jacked up and then a proper column installed downstairs. But the way that the room is set up, which is my pantry, which is over their kitchen, which is where the problem starts. I don't know exactly why our floor has the problem. I mean, that part of the building kind of got racked a little bit because of the 1955 flood, but still, it's going to be a lot of work. Let's put it this way. A cubist kitchen I got. Not a single straight angle anywhere in there. Well, the wall's kind of straight. Kind of. Yeah, kind of straight. Something like that. So Jimmy would have to do something to fix it. That's kind of one of the reasons why I rarely kind of like think. I'm sure the guy looked at the floor and said, "Oof." I think the job is going to be along with this one. Yeah, we're gonna have to be careful with that. But anyway, yesterday Noodles was on Lemmy's show, and he was hinting at something. His secret fear that he didn't say. He was talking about dating, but then he kind of hinted at what's really going on. Job security in his way of life. You see, just like a lot of Americans right now, he's struggling economically. And his whole way of life is clearly going to be up in the air. Because we calculated between cigarettes, if somebody's smoking 2 packs a day, it's $15 a pack. That's 2 packs. That's $30. and then he's probably eating out. Just to make the math easy. Okay, total between the food, cigarettes, gas, he's probably spending about $60, right? 7 days, $420 a week. $420 a week. And he said, I don't think I'm going to be getting a Christmas bonus this year. It's, for him, as a Capricorn, that's like a major financial blowout. He's not comfortable with that. Oh, my tub is level. That part of the house is level because that's properly supported. It's just the kitchen that's questionable. Yeah. You mean like in the money pit? Meryl Streep and Martin Short there. It has legs. She's taking a bath, filling up with water, and the full snow floor. Bang! Yeah, that would be really bad. Remember, he got one of those construction crews covered the hole with a rug. He's like wrapped up in the rug. He's like, he's like, help me! I'm stuck. It's like, what am I supposed to do? And it's all of a sudden it falls through. Ah! Bang! I gotta watch that movie. My uncle, my father loved that movie. So did I. Money Pit. It's in the northwest corner of the old building, backside near Krista's old apartment building. Yeah, it's the back. Yeah. I mean, it can be fixed, but Jimmy's gonna have to, it's gonna be a big job. Just because, ideally, Jimmy go, I have to put you in one of the vacant apartments while I do this. I get the guys like from Matico or whoever to come in here to fix the structure. And that's going to cost me money. And I don't know how long it's going to take. Yeah, question. I remember when they put the new porch in, I told the supervisor at the porch job, because originally he was going to just cut the original beam. I said, whoa, hold on. Did you check to see if that thing is going all the way across? Because if that's the main carrying beam, you cut that wrong, and all of a sudden, you're going to be dealing with a deck of cards. You can't just cut those beams out without care. Check the structure first, which I'm glad he did, because he said, dang it, you're right. No, thank you. That's a carrying beam. The whole beam that used to go across the old porch goes through the whole building. It's the backbone. Nah, I don't think it's gonna be the condemned. But the landlord or the town could say to Jimmy, "Hey, fix it up, or else." But they keep passing it though. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know he will. It's just for noodles. It's like he's looking at he's facing humble pie right now. I think that he thinks, oh well, find the right girl. Guess what? My problems will be over. Or he's just basically just kind of glossing over it and saying, nah, I'm fine. You know, he's spending at least $420 a week on cigarettes, fast food, gasoline, and other basic stuff. How much money does he really make a week? Wait a minute, that's a good question. I don't know what he makes a week. Let's assume he's working 40 hours. Okay, and let's say for the math, let's keep the math easy. Let's say he's making $20 an hour. That's 840. Oh, if it was 40, wait, it'd be 800. $8,000 gross? Could be. Could be. Well, I'm glad you guys straightened out noodles. Congratulations. All right, yeah, I'll let you up. Just let me open the door here, so to speak. Let's get the panel open. BGE. Answer the doorbell. Go ahead.
Hey, Michelle.
How you doing?
So I see that you were talking about me, Michelle.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. So I believe that Galaxy Eyes wants those eggs scrambled. All right, Galaxy Eyes, here's the deal, Galaxy Eyes. You live like 1,000 miles away from me. Never gonna happen, baby.
No.
Also, I want to point out that it's back on with E. We're back on. And she might make a surprise guest appearance, Michelle, sometime very soon.
Okay. That'd be very interesting if she comes up. I'm welcome her to come up.
Well, no, she's gonna like in real life. I think we're gonna spend the night at your crib.
That'd be fine too.
So what I need you to do is get rid of that other couch, Michelle. So there's no other place where she can sleep except for that couch.
No, let's be honest. You got two couches for a reason. You know, one, originally I got the second couch because Ed wanted the couch for himself. That's why originally it's still here, the brown couch. Right now, with the fact that they want to do all this work in my apartment, while I'm still living here, they're talking about things that are going to be shuffled all over the place. That's going to be a nightmare.
Can you ask the Filipino guy to maybe possibly move the couch?
I got a feeling when he wants to do this floor too, that I'm in the studio here too. Jimmy wants to do the whole apartment, so he's going to be shoveling furniture all over the place, and I'm going to be vacuuming all over the place. When we move the stuff out from room to room, so we can vacuum and do all the work.
That's Pergo flooring, right? That's all it is. It's Pergo, I believe.
It's I don't know what it's called. I think it's maybe it's a vinyl pieces with interlocking pieces. Yeah, it's definitely not the kind that's peel and stick.
Yeah, so basically, Michelle, once there's water damage to Pergo, it starts to warp, and you're gonna have big issues with the Pergo flooring.
It's vinyl. It's not wood.
Yeah, but it will warp. I'm telling you, I've seen it.
I suppose it could, depending on the subfloor. When if the subfloor, the glue gets wet or whatever, it's gonna let go, and then it's gonna, just like the original tile that he's working under or on top of, it's gonna just peel.
So Michelle, I got a question for you.
What?
If I was to tell you that there is a group of people that receive all right, so let's say there's a bunch of Michelle Marie Delaney's and there's a bunch of David Boldos, all right?
Yeah.
And the David Boldo households, not the Michelle Marie Delaney ones, but the David Boldo households receive 42%, or I'm sorry, 42% of those households receive SNAP benefits. And the Michelle Marie Delaney households only receive about 17%. What would you think about that?
Well, what is the average income of the David Boldo households?
Yeah, but my point is that let's say it's very low.
Yeah, but I do receive SNAP, so I'm one of the lucky ones.
Yeah, so I'm just what I'm trying to get at, Michelle. I asked you a question. What would you think about that?
I would have to say is that somehow the Michelle Marie Delaney households are getting the shaft as far as the system goes.
Or maybe the Michelle Marie Delaney households aren't filled with a bunch of like disabled people, right?
Well, me, Lemmy, and Carmen, and physically the only disabled people here. Yeah.
Michelle, you're not. All right, forget about it. I didn't ask about you and Lumi and all this shit. I was making a scenario, made up a scenario. Okay, let's pretend like it's 17% Chris Bliss households are receiving SNAP benefits versus 42% of the David Boldo households receiving SNAP benefits. Would you think there was something wrong with the Boldos?
It's hard to say because
All right, Michelle, you receive benefits, correct?
yes,
Is it because there's nothing wrong with you?
no, it's because I'm legal registered blind and physically disabled.
Right. So you got problems, right?
Yes.
So if one household is receiving 42% of the households of the David Buldo households are receiving SNAP benefits versus 17% of the Chris Bliss households, would you think that the Buldos are more fucked up than the Blisses?
I guess you could say that since it's based on your adjusted gross income, your AGI.
Did you know that 42% of all Somali households in America collect SNAP benefits versus the 25% of all black households in America collecting SNAP benefits versus the 17% of Venezuelan households collecting SNAP benefits. Did you know that?
Yeah.
42% of Somali households in America collect SNAP benefits. That means that these people are fucked up.
And not only that, but a lot of those people were also are illegals.
But my point is, Michelle, the group of fucked up people. How is it? How is it that only these are like the? I mean, I tried looking this up. I looked at Italians, French, Germans, Venezuelans, Hondurans, whatever. So Somalis are like the highest in the nation for collecting SNAP benefits.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Are we talking about the legal or the illegals or both?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, obviously they found a well to milk the system to get what they needed. That's what they did.
Or are they all fucked up? And why are we allowing all these fucked up people into this country? Like, are they raising fucked up people in Somalia? I mean, Somalia is no fucking like destination for anyone to go visit. I don't know anyone who's ever said, "Oh my god, I'm gonna get on a plane next month. I can't wait to get to Somalia and fucking and get on that beach or whatever." In Somalia, Somalia has the most beautiful beaches.
I don't even understand why they're coming to the United States anyway. Is it because their homeland doesn't have enough jobs for them? Or
Michelle, these people are raised to be thieves. They continue to be thieves.
right, these
They have a thief
were they
culture,
part of
Michelle.
the
Most of
original Barbary Coast pirates at one time?
Yes, they're thieves, Michelle. They have a thief culture.
All right.
I don't know why everyone's against them kicking Somalians out of this country. They suck. On paper, they suck.
Yeah, they do, but they get what they want. That's in that case, they're definitely go getters. I mean, if you think about it.
Well, how about this? How about this? Let's get rid of these Somalians, right? And
Right
let's
now,
give
we're trying
let's
to get rid of a lot of the illegals, definitely, and
right.
because
So let's get rid of all the Somalians and all the illegals that are on SNAP benefits and all shit, and let's give Michelle Marie Delaney an extra $200. Would that be okay with everybody? Would everyone be okay with that?
I think Americans do need more food, SNAP, especially with the economy as it is right now. I really do. Because right now Americans are struggling, and you're right. Trump. That's what Trump wants them to have, forcing states to say we are going to demand that you redo all the SNAP applications. Illegal people shouldn't be getting food stamps. illegal people should not be getting SSI. And I don't know why they are. Because Biden put it in to change the rules.
It's because they're black, Michelle. Let's be honest.
And
Again, I'm gonna start. Everyone who's not white, you're black. That's it. You're black. So all these black people out there that receive these benefits because of the color of your skin, it's over. It is over.
It's
11%, Michelle. 11% of all white households collect SNAP benefits. 11%.
That's true.
25% of black households collect SNAP benefits. 42% of Somalian households collect SNAP benefits.
I think that if you go by just by color, I think it's mostly, I guess, like Somalians and the black kind of go together because it's like I've heard numbers as high as 47% of all non-white households, predominantly blank ancestry, get like 40-something% of SNAP benefits.
Do you guys realize that if we just like ship these people out, right? Just fucking ship them out. Comedy Flu wouldn't be struggling. D wouldn't be struggling. You wouldn't be struggling, Michelle. You know, everyone would be treated better in this country. You
Yes,
realize
Lady
that, right?
Omar is. Yes, she is. No, absolutely. She is. So, all right. So here's what I would do if I was president, and if I could make sure to do it properly in order, per the order of the U.S. law. This is what I would do. And Trump already's kind of doing. He's offering voluntary deportation. We'll give you a one-way ticket anywhere you want. Just get out. Okay? That sounds one problem. But also, and this is the second thing he wants to do, he's already told the USDA, I want you to totally redo all the applications for SNAP benefits. Everybody must reapply, especially because the Democrats in the blue cities and states have refused to confirm who's getting SNAP benefits.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, Comedy Flu. How you doing? Why don't you come on up, Comedy Flu, and join me and Noodles on chat here.
I don't think Comedy Flu's allowed to anymore, Michelle.
What do you mean? Oh, Comedy Flu's allowed to. I never kicked him out.
Well, by you, but no, I don't think by D. You notice how D doesn't come up here anymore?
Yeah, D hasn't been up here on panel for a while.
You know why, right?
No, I don't know why.
She got jealous of you recently when you got the vacuum cleaner and the violin.
Well, I don't really think it's a reason to be jealous. It's just I don't really think that's a good reason to be jealous at all.
I don't think so either, but it's the truth.
So anyway, so what would you do? I mean, okay, so let's see. Where would you send these people to? Okay, let's look at this. Okay, and let's also look at this from the UK perspective too, because they're suffering the same bullshit. Where are you going to send them?
Back to where they came.
They don't want their own countries. Don't want them back. A lot of times,
It doesn't matter. It's not a problem. That's not our problem.
No, I know it's not our problem.
Then maybe a country like Saudi Arabia with all this fucking money and all whatever will accept these people. Why don't we throw all this grief on the Saudi Arabia?
If you are a Somali, you're used to living in a Muslim culture. That certainly would help. And the fact is that you do use Arabic in your speeches, dialogue would help because you'll be able to communicate. That's a big thing. But then, what if the other countries, they said, go, no, we don't want you because we're already full. We got to deal with our own problems. And
Right.
it's not.
He is texting me right now about someone at work that smells like shit. Oh, baby E.
What do you mean that someone smells like poop? Well, why? They're not using deodorant. They're not cleaning
I don't
themselves?
know. I'm just saying, oh, baby E, move in with me and quit your job.
Yeah. Yeah, Grace, I understand that. But I will still try to clear the air, and try to put some order in things, if you will. I do know about some of the statistics. Also, Snyder Reports pointed this out. This is something new. This is, I think, is tied in with the penny thing, but not just the penny thing. That now companies are trying to add hidden charges. Okay, I'm in. Okay, Coming Flume panel. I'm only looking at him right now. Go ahead, Coming Flu. How you doing?
Hello, everybody. Good morning. Hey, Dave.
Yo, what's up, Flu?
Nothing much. I wonder how Michelle's going to clear the air. I just heard her say that, so I'm like, I wonder how she's going to clear the air.
Michelle, how are you going to clear the air, Michelle? Go ahead.
Lysol. Just kidding. No, seriously though, what I'm saying is the situation is really a global problem. Okay, now I got another factor that maybe news you haven't run into. Snyder Reports is saying he suggested that people pay cash to avoid hidden fees from using a debit card or credit card, right? Yet, in another episode, a couple weeks before, he said many businesses don't want to accept cash. So, if you got a business that says, we only take plastic, and oh yeah, you got to pay the processing fee. On top of that, and other hidden fees, then. And then he says there's a law, he believes there's a law that says in the United States, you cannot legally charge processing fees for debit card transactions. I didn't hear about that because I know ATMs used to charge for an ATM fee.
All right, this is like super boring talk, Michelle.
Kind of, but here's where it's not boring. Is that these fees are hitting you right in the crotch. Because you're not expecting to be paying surcharges for credit card transactions. And yet, so you try to go out there, well, cash is king. And then you go to a store and he says, sorry, we don't take cash. So what are you supposed to take?
I heard some guy talking about that last night, how we don't hold these financial institutions. I think it was Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson was saying that we basically turn these people into slave debts or debt slaves, right?
Right.
And like, for instance, like our young people, they go to college, they come out as debt slaves.
Right, exactly.
And then we hold them responsible for these horrific deals that these financial institutions dished out to them.
Right.
And now we're punishing them. It's like kind of like we're punishing the slaves for being slaves. We're not punishing the slave owners or anything like that. They're slave owners. The guys, the financial institutions that you borrow money from, they are no joke, literally slave owners. I am in debt to a bank for another 20 years, and I'm fucked. I can't do anything. I can't, whatever. It's just, I don't know.
It doesn't matter if it's student loan or a mortgage on a house. It's the same agony. And then, of course, the Federal Reserve keeps increasing the interest rates because the banks know that every extra percent of interest, every point of interest they get means more money for their profit margin. Because after they take their share of the commercial loan interest, but then they add their own interest based on your credit worthiness.
Grizz, I'm not like you, Grizz. You got bored of your teeth, so you pulled them out. If I got bored of my teeth, I'd brush them, Grizz. I would brush them and take care of them, Grizz. He just pulled them out. He just fucking yanked them from his face.
You would think so, Rambo, but you know what? Here's the thing. Snyder has seen it happen, and Snyder reports in parts of Seattle where he lives, where they only accept plastic because they don't want to handle paper money and coins. And the penny fiasco. That's another whole.
The penny fiasco. I'd say let the penny go. We don't need the penny anymore. Goodbye, penny.
I think
we do need the penny because you're always going to have something that's always going to be an odd price.
Goodbye,
like
penny.
Like when you add in taxes, like $31.76.
I'm telling you right now, let's eliminate the penny. Fuck that penny.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, but the problem is the food stamp program, they can't round it up because of that.
Sure they can. Nickels are the next penny.
I'm a what? Galaxy Eyes? A Bulak? What's that?
Michelle is Bulak. Bulak.
Chris says, fair
Come on,
enough.
dude. We're moving toward
I will mail my teeth
one
to
of
you
two
to brush.
endpoints. One is a totalitarian society where you just don't have the option of disagreeing. You have to obey because you've got programmable digital currency and universal surveillance, and you just have to do what they say or they'll starve you to death.
It's not going to work here.
I hope it. I pray it doesn't.
It's not gonna
or
work.
we're going to have a revolution. It's one of the two. We're getting totalitarian government or revolution.
It's going to work for a little bit, and then it's not going to work
I
anymore.
pray you're right. I'm a gold buyer on that basis, an ammo buyer. But again, I have no track record of seeing the future, but I'm
What would these guys call a revolution? How about that, Dave? What is a revolution to these guys?
Yeah, I don't know. I brought that up before. Like, it depends, right? So we had a civil war and a revolution. Some people would say that the Civil War was a revolution.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more like a civil war. I don't think that they're saying. I don't think it's a revolution, right? I mean, you're revolting against another government, but you're revolting against your own, which means that it's a civil war.
Well, we were revolting against the system that we felt was inhumane, which was the slavery issue of the South. But the sad truth is, we ended up creating another form of slavery, which we just don't call slavery.
That's slavery.
It's called wage slaves. And you know what?
Right, let's hear what Tucker Carlson says about that slavery.
Because it's a lie. If you tell people they own the government, they're in charge, they rule through the representatives in this democratic republic. That's what we've told. That's our system. Has been for 250 years. If you tell them that's the system, and you don't deliver on it, they go crazy. They go totally crazy. If you tell it, by the way, I've spent a lot of time in
What do you think happens when a government takes everybody's currency in a country that has more fucking guns and ammunition than anywhere else in the entire world?
I mean, as I've said a million times,
it works for a little bit. And then when the desperation kicks in, that shit doesn't fucking work.
Well, so that's exactly, we're saying the same thing. We're moving toward totalitarianism or revolution, violent revolution. By the way, if you tell people they can't say what they think and their vote doesn't matter,
I've hit 3 pens at the same time.
Them? Just one.
What's that?
Oh, Galaxy was asking me how many pens I hit at one time.
Oh.
But you know what's weird, though, is that
Galaxy.
If you tried to get those people in Congress to listen to what the American consumer is really saying, good luck. You might as well basically just pound sand because you're just not going to get them to listen. And now,
very fucking many.
That's right. So don't do that. Don't do that.
And now Nikki Haley's own son is saying this to the Republican Party is, look, you're going to have to listen to the needs of the younger people, the millennials, who are frustrated because they can't even reach the American dream. That's why so many go to the Democrats, because they feel the Republican Party's out of touch. Which is true. But
There is no American dream anymore.
No, there isn't.
Much better to give a little. And you do this with your kids, especially when they become teenagers. You reach a point where it's like, you can smell the defiance on them. How do I handle this? Just punch them in the face? Cut them off? Starve them out? No. You listen. You make it clear that you're in charge. You'll be deciding. But you take their position into consideration because you have to, because they're becoming adults. You have to be a little flexible. No, you can't smoke weed at the breakfast table. Like, there's some things you will never accept. But you can't ignore every single signal you're getting from your children. Well, your population's very similar.
You smoke weed at the breakfast table.
Smoking weed at the breakfast table? No, I don't have a breakfast table.
Oh.
I smoke weed. I smoke weed down at James's.
I think we should go out back and blow some shit.
Sorry.
Where do we go from here? So,
it's always darkest before it's completely black.
Sometimes I can walk down there, Dave, and I walk in. It smells like weed. It's delicious.
All I can tell you right now is this: is that if something doesn't change, the United States government is going to be one day is not going to exist anymore.
This is line, but I do like that line. I don't know. I mean, clearly just in political terms, we're at the end of something and the beginning of something new. And no one wants change. I don't, but we're not in control. And the current system clearly doesn't match the moment at all.
I mean, look at, for example,
it'll change along probably predictable line.
Look at how many times the French government has been changed since the French Revolution, the original French Revolution, where Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette were executed at the guillotine. They had multiple democracies that failed because they kept messing up. We are lucky. We didn't fail that many times, but if they don't change it, we're going to be the next government that is going to fall.
But also in some unpredictable ways.
I don't have any. I'm sorry, but look, this is me now. They ain't the prettiest damn things in the world. They scarred the
ways. But I'm for democracy. Most people are not. The overwhelming majority of people don't want democracy. They just don't want it. They don't like it. It's tedious and annoying and too imperfect, and they want results. And so we're moving towards something that is not what we had before. And, I'm not in favor of that. I wish we could return to 1985, but we can't. So
but
you have to just reduce the amount of lying. Like, lying is bad. Lying is bad. It alienates you from other people. It alienates their leaders from their people they lead. Everything about it is bad. Just no more. Let's just stop lying.
Gen Zers are definitely not responding to the traditional bullshit. I mean, you had mentioned that that Nick Fuentes they are gravitating towards that. Then you got, the other side, Memdani, just won mayor of New York. I mean, what in your mind, what do you think?
They're branches
10,
of the same
20 years
tree.
from now, what does it look like?
I mean, look,
does it look the same?
I feel weird speaking for people 30 years younger than me or more. What do I know? But I have actually made an intensive, longitudinal, good faith effort to find out because I matter. Plus, I've got a ton of kids in that age range. And my impression right now is that, of course, they're enraged. Both sides are enraged by people serving Israel. What? Stop with the Israels. Be quiet. Nobody cares about Israel. Just shut up about Israel. But I don't think it's primarily about Israel. I really don't. I don't think people care that much. I know I don't care at all about Israel. I really think it's about economics. I really do. I think that's what Mamdani and Fuentes have in common. And there are a bunch of people who want to pretend
Chris
it's about.
Said something which is the American dream is still available. What has changed is that Americans are not willing to make sacrifices to achieve their dreams. First of all, Chris, the cost of entry has gotten so high. Most Americans can't even begin to plan for the American dream anymore.
Grizz is living on the outskirts of life. He has been for a very long time. Nobody wants that lifestyle that Grizz has. Nobody.
Most
sell,
people
Grizz.
do not, but there are some that will do it. But there's
Nick hate. or even about foreign policy. I don't believe that. I don't think the evidence shows that. I think what they're really mad about is the lack of opportunity, economic opportunity that they know they're facing. And then if you look at the debt loads, that's what I look at. Like,
Hold the phone.
how indebted,
That's exactly
how much
what
debt
it is.
does the
The
average
debt
30
loads. The debt loads. Because we have gotten into a society of living off debt, not just the government, but the individuals. Now we all have taken on credit card debt, personal debt. Okay, and we have gotten into programs where we pay now, in installments, right? And that adds up. And then these banks are charging usuries on top of that. Which means the banks are saying, oh, guess what? I don't have to go ahead and just sell it to you for $19.99. I can sell it to you for $29.99 because you can always get your credit card to pay for it.
Yep.
That's what's happening. And who does he owe it to? And it's overwhelming. It's like unbelievable. I had 10 grand on a credit card once. I mean, I literally couldn't sleep over it because that was weird. 25 years ago, 10 grand. I just didn't make enough money. I had to get another job. It was fine. But debt is the problem for young people. Yep. And what's so infuriating and alienating is that both parties are completely on the side of the lenders and not the debtors. And in fact, it's a symbiotic relationship. There is no borrowing without lending and vice versa. They are engaged in this dance, and ultimately one is basically exploiting the other. That's just a fact. And no one will acknowledge that. So the Democratic Party is like, well, everyone has too much student loan debt. Well, who's benefiting from student loan? Well, the student loan lenders are benefiting, of course, but so are the colleges. They're being subsidized for like garbage. It's garbage, right? They're getting rich from these student loans. The colleges are, and their administrators, and then so are the lenders. But the Democrats are like, well, so because of this, we're going to get rid of student loan debt, but taxpayers are going to pay for it. Really? So you spend your life trying to pay your kids' college tuition.
So, Michelle? Why does everyone else's problems always fall back on the taxpayer? You know what I mean? It's like it constantly with this shit.
Well, I think that Hammer Nails just said something very interesting. He said, and I've seen this too. He said, my parents bought a finished house for $40,000 in 1978. I don't think you can even buy the materials to build to do a house half as small for $40,000.
No,
right.
I forgot. I think it was like a quarter. John Stossel did this. He actually did the math on it, and you would have probably like a 1-bedroom for that much.
Maybe a bungalow.
Yeah, you'd have like a 1-bedroom.
He's right though when you realize that if you adjust for inflation, his parents' house today is probably would be on the market. I'm just talking about inflation for about $140,000 because
probably more than that, Michelle. Probably more than that.
I'm leaving the invest.
I'm leaving selling these houses for $140,000. I've never seen a house going for $140,000. No offense, but
depends on the area you live in.
It gets super expensive because the lenders and the colleges are getting rich, and then you have to pay for other people's college. Like what? And the Republicans are just like, shut up, pay your debts. It's your fault, which is partly true. You accrue a lot of debt. You shouldn't have. On the other hand, it's not just you at fault. So here's the analogy that always occurs to me that I never hear anyone use, which is drug addiction. So you got the drug addict, and we disapprove of drug addiction. Of course we do, you fucking drug addict. But ultimately, we don't punish the drug addict as harshly as we punish the person who sells them the drugs, do we? Who's worse, the addict or the dealer? Obviously the dealer. Look at the penalties. Look at the moral outrage. Are we mad at Pablo Escobar or some guy dying of a drug OD in Central Park? It's not even close. Pablo Escobar is the root of the problem. He's the one getting rich from the addict's misery. Yeah. Well, I have no idea why we don't assume the same posture toward debt. Yeah, the kid shouldn't be, 50 grand in hock to a credit card company, but what about the credit card company? They have no role in this? They sent this kid a credit card offer in college when he's 23?
Right, and I've seen people on YouTube live off this shit. Like they're giving mentally disabled people fucking credit cards.
Yep.
And
They did that.
let's be honest.
That's what happened
They
with
did
me.
that back to me when I was 17, Dave. I was, they're like, "Are you planning on going to college?" And I was like, "I don't know if I really am." But they're like, "Well, you could always get this credit card if you, blah blah blah." And I was like,
I got
"Well,
a
I'm only
stupid credit
17,"
card
and they
just to
still
get
gave me a credit card, Dave.
I mean, these credit card companies in Yukon are sitting out there and they have their little tables. Oh, get one of my cards and we'll give you this T-shirt. That's why I ended up got one of the most fucking ugly T-shirts I ever had in my life. But I had the worst interest rates I ever had in my life.
They're letting him buy DoorDash on credit, which is very common now. Buy now, pay later. That's debt.
2029 Great Depression.
It's disguised, no interest, but there are late fees. It's debt, and it's debt slavery, and they're enslaved by it. But the slave master never gets blamed, only the slave? Tell me how that works. That is totally illegitimate. It's immoral. And it's on us as adults. I mean, I have no debt. That's rule one.
Yeah, so Michelle, do you think we should start holding these credit card companies and lenders in responsible for creating all this debt in the country? I mean,
some of the stuff
they basically ruin people's lives.
Some of the
I'm
things
going to be honest with you.
Credit card companies are doing is predatory lending practices. If you think about it.
Yep.
Yeah. So I've come to the conclusion, right, that the house that I got for it was $260,000, right? That house, but before I'm done paying for it, will cost me over $1 million, Michelle. Well over $1 million.
Oh yeah.
How did they get away with that?
That's called
incredible.
Predatory lending practices, Noodles. That's what they're doing. They know once they hook you in the system, they're going to be making you pay, and pay more. And they're going to be keeping increasing the interest rate. That's what the Federal Reserve does. That's the commercial lending rate that they tell you when they say, oh, we're going up to a commercial rate of, say, 6.2%. That's before the bank adds their own percentage on top of that as profit for the bank. And that's one of the reasons I still thinking back all the time at UConn when I was a student. I am so fucking mad that all these credit card companies are allowed to come on campus and say, hey, you want a credit card? We'll give you a nice shirt for it, too. I'm like, why did I want the fucking shirt? Oh, I want the first shirt was cool. Well, as I said, the interest rate wasn't cool. The interest rate was a noose around my neck.
Yeah. Well, I think that's happening to everyone now, Michelle. But I guess what Tucker Carlson is saying is, shouldn't these schools and financial institutions be held responsible? Why should it be thrown on the American public who had nothing to do with any of, like, Jill or Johnny deciding to get a credit card when they were talked into getting one by these financial institutions?
Oh, I definitely think the institutions themselves are responsible for the predatory practices. What do you think, Comedy Flu?
I believe that we need to look at these financial institutions and their predatory ways.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I don't think it's fair that someone who decided not to take out that loan now has to be responsible for someone who can't pay it back. You know what I mean? I think that the financial institutions should take a hit, or these schools should take a hit. And, especially the schools. I mean, the schools are the ones that taught them and said that they were going to, you're going to get a good job if you go to the school, blah, blah, blah.
The schools, play that kind of, game like, oh, we're going to do great. But at the same time, this is what I'm trying to get at. Not only are you paying your Stafford, your Perkins, your Pell Grant, you're going to pay for other things in school, like books and supplies. And then you got these credit card companies coming onto campus, which is something a student really doesn't need because they got enough bullshit to deal with. And they're trying to say, oh, you want an MBNA America? Would you like an AT&T Universal? Would you like Would you like Chase Manhattan? Yeah, we'll give it to you for like
You know who doesn't have credit
interest
card
rate.
debt? You know who doesn't have credit card debt or any debt whatsoever? E.
Well,
Very
she's not the
smart
only
girl.
one that fell for that.
Very
I fell
smart
for it.
girl.
I fell for it, and I'm mad about it. Because you would think that the schools would go, hold on, partner. These people got to pay back the student loans first. They have to take care of their education. They got to graduate so they can get a good job. Well, unfortunately, the training you get, it might be 4 to 8 years obsolete by the time you get out there in the job market. So what did you study for is useless if you go to a trade school. But then the younger generations are starting to pick this up and they're starting to understand it. Go to a trade school and
if
then
these financial institutions, the federal government, and these educational institutions are all in cahoots, right?
Oh, yeah.
Then there should be some sort of guarantee that if someone graduates from these colleges, they should be making a decent wage.
They should be. They should
Dave,
be.
What about apprenticeships? Remember apprenticeships?
Yeah, apprenticeships are like basically like
exactly.
It's like, oh, you're just out of college. Oh yeah, we'll take you for free.
Yep,
we'll take you for free. It's like
that's what they do in the trade schools, right? You go into a trade school to become a auto mechanic, for example. You will often be given an apprenticeship right after your mechanics class, or in school. You might be working with a garage or a service center, working in a car while you're still a student.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Michelle, this is the thing, though, right? I don't know anyone who's going to a technical school.
Well, they should be, because that's where it's at.
90s.
Because the problem is so many people thought, oh, I can get a job working in a nice cushy office. You and about a couple other million students are thinking the same thing. The jobs for the cushy office are going away. AI is taking your job. You got people, foreign countries and call centers are doing your job that you are looking for in America. It's gone. But you're always going to need an auto mechanic. You're always going to need an HVAC technician.
That's right, Chris Bliss.
You're going to always need a roofer and a person to do construction work, an electrician. You're going to always need those things. Those are things that are core essentials. So there's always work for that field. And yes, you're always going to need a beautician for doing your hair. You're always going to need an undertaker to deal with the dead, and doctors to treat the living. Okay? That's where people really need to go to trade schools. Forget the ivory tower. It's not going to help you. I wish I took my own goddamn advice, because it's true. That's exactly what the millennials have started to realize. College is not the answer for most people. It's
college
a trap.
Is barely an answer.
Right. It's barely any answer, because by the time you get done, you and about, as I said, a couple of million students are all looking for that one job that has just gone over to India. What are you going to do? Or now AI is taking the jobs from the Indians too. And the Indians are going, I can't compete with a computer that knows more about the subject than I do. No, that's right. You can't. That's the sad truth. But if you know how to wire a fuse board, and you know how to install outlets, and you know how to put framing and roof on a house, you're going to have work. That's the truth.
Dave, you always have work. You see that?
Yeah.
Oh, he must have fell asleep.
The banks are running the government. It's an oligarchy. Absolutely. The government depends on the banks. The Federal Reserve, which is not an is not a government entity, is running the federal government indirectly in policy operations. In fact, with fractional banking, the government has to borrow from the Federal Reserve to print their own money. How does that work? I have not figured that one out.
Hey, Chris says we could all start eating cats and get rid of food stamps.
All right, so E currently wants me to quit my job, Michelle, and take over Boldo Sanitation, Michelle. And then she said she'll move in with me, Michelle. So we're back on. We're back on.
You're going back to
on a
sanitation?
serious note, Noodles, there always will be need for working in a refuse industry. There always will be need to take out someone else's garbage, and that's
true.
There's always work there.
No.
Trash man's job is future proof.
Yeah, can I get the Grinch Big Mac?
Absolutely, trash man's job is future proof because you're always gonna be
right,
shit to haul out.
Can I get a number 2 with cheese?
Extra sauce, no extra dip.
Yeah. Can I get another Coke?
Oh my lord!
Lemonade.
That's a.
This is what I'm talking about. Comedy flow.
With the Coke. Yeah.
You know, she forgot to get the warm apple pie.
Nah, so she fucked up the order. I ordered a number 2, which was the quarter pounder, and she fucked it up. Just give me the quarter pounder.
No debt. I won't buy. I can't afford. I'm not buying that. Not because I'm a virtuous person, because I'm so afraid of debt. Because I know that it means no freedom. I'm in debt. I'm literally.
He took off.
Yeah, we're all in debt, and especially if you're on a disability dole, you're really in debt.
Yeah,
because you really can't easily get off the dole. If you really try, it's hard to get off the dole. It really
they penalize you for saving your money, Michelle. So that's
absolutely
bullshit right there.
Unfortunately enough,
that's bullshit right there.
I'm not.
It's like, hello, you gave me this money, and I'm trying to save it so I can make something better, and then you're going to tell me I can't have over this certain amount of money in my bank account? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, in the SSI you can't. You're right. SSI is the worst of the two. SSDI is a little more liberal, or has more leeway, but SSI is. It's about to be supplemental security income.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of stuck on numbers from 1972. Oh, you can have only maximum like 2,000 to 3,000 in the bank. Excuse me.
You know, there's people that literally can't live off that $800 that they get in their payments.
Oh, I know. I get it. It's the problem.
Michelle, it's back on with E. Michelle, it's back on with E. I told you she didn't have a boyfriend. I fucking told you. I fucking knew it. I knew it deep down. Deep down.
You can feel it in your groin, huh?
Yeah. I fucking knew it.
Chris, right. Social Security retirement is not even a constitutional program. Our founding fathers never thought of that as put that into the Constitution.
Well, see, Michelle, the reason why they didn't think they had to put that in there is because it already says we look
together. They already had it together. They already had landowners. They already had houses. They already had families. They already had all this.
Yeah, you want to know why it wasn't in there? You want to know exactly why it wasn't in there?
Our fellow brothers and man used to look out for each other, share food. You could go to your neighbors, borrow a cup of milk, that kind of shit.
Which is absolutely fine. Back in the day, but if your neighbor tells you, sorry, I'm not going to share my extra food
or a
with
fucking
you.
moose or whatever. You can't do that anymore. You go to jail for like 20 years.
Yeah, you kill a squirrel, they're going to put you in jail too.
Yeah.
And not only that, but when the founding fathers created this country, we didn't have all the monthly utility bills and expenses that we do today. They didn't have electricity. They didn't have gas. They didn't have phone. They didn't have internet. They didn't have monthly subscriptions. They didn't have all this stuff. That came
later. Here comes my food, Michelle. Here comes my food. Brought to you by McDonald's. Thank you.
You tried to get the Grinch meal.
Yep, they fucked it up.
Did they give you the Grinch fries?
No, they said they're advertising it. They just don't have it.
You're right, Chris.
I want the info.
They don't give you very much interest if you put money into the bank at all, do they? You get what? Depending on the bank, you get anywhere from 1% APR to like maybe I'm talking about a regular bank account, not a special high yield. You're probably getting anywhere from 1% to maybe 3% APY.
I had Burger King for breakfast.
That's it. And yet you put that money to me. You go out asking for a mortgage, and they're gonna go, oh, well, let's see. I'm gonna have to charge you 15%. Wait. You're paying me 3% for my savings account, and you're going to charge me 15% for a loan? Wow. What's the other 12% going to? Oh, it's going to us for profit. What a flim-flam that is. You think about it. That's what usury
they're not
is.
even banks nowadays ain't even giving 1%. That's what's bullshit about that too. They can take 30% and not even give you 5% or anything like that.
Yeah.
What a bunch of
Absolutely. Chris Bliss.
$7 deal meal.
How much did your food cost?
$10. You get a double, a daily double deluxe, 4 chicken nuggets, small fries or medium fries, and a Coke for $7.
You could have got more food if you would have known about the deal.
Yeah. God damn it.
Nowadays, McDonald's wants you to keep using the app to get the deals too. It's like, oh, gotta use the app.
Yes, Chris, that's exactly what I'm saying. And so one of the banks is saying is people are not saving enough money in the bank because you're not paying enough for people to want to save. Or even if they can, which is the other thing, if they can, because they're paying out the nose for everything else, like subscription services and other crap. And that's something our founding fathers never thought we'd ever see.
Michelle, have you noticed that like no one else comes in here? It's just the same people every day.
Yeah,
the same 20 viewers.
We got a few new people that come in once in a while.
Who? I see Chris Bliss. I see Grizz. I see Galaxy Eyes.
And I see Thomas on occasionally.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Thomas, I don't know who Thomas is.
Yeah, who the fuck is Thomas?
He comes in every so often on the morning show.
Hey, Thomas, are you here right now? I've never seen
Thomas.
you. Could you say hi, Thomas?
Say something, please. Michelle, there's something wrong here, Michelle.
I've never seen a Thomas, Dave. I'm not even joking. Never seen a Thomas.
With my interest-free credit card.
Somebody's going to go make an account and call themselves Thomas.
So
now.
What do you got? Yeah. American Express? You got an American Express card? That's interest-free. No grace period on it. You got to pay it back in 30 days or else. And I had an American Express. I know.
We need more E here, Michelle. You need more E.
Hey, Dave, you can welcome Amanda Beef Curtains.
How you doing, Amanda Beef Curtains? Welcome to the show today. I'm not sure what who they are.
Michelle, you don't know what beef curtains are? Come on,
She knows.
Probably.
Oh, okay.
More than likely, they had another name when they originally became a mod. Ugh. So.
Thomas of Lithuania. Thomas.
Right. Behold, for it is I, Thomas of Lithuania, I slept. Right. And then, of course, we have Jasmine Star comes in on occasion in the morning show.
Who?
Yeah.
Auto pay.
Who? Who star?
Who's there?
Michelle, who else comes in here?
Jasmine Star.
I'd never seen Jasmine Star come in here.
Oh, she does. She comes in. She usually talks on Kick, or sometimes she comes in on the YouTube side of things too.
I've seen her in here a couple of random times.
We all know that the backbone of the American economy is based off of Somalians. We know that when you are picking your tourist destination, if you get a vacation every year, the top most sought after place is somewhere in Somalia land. We know these things to be true because Democrats want you to think it. So much so that they are going to virtue signal their ass.
Yeah, what do you think about that, Michelle? Do you think that like Somalia is like this tourist destination? Do you believe that people want to go to Somalia or eat Somalian food?
I don't know much about Somalia, but I mean, I can't say if they would or would not.
This is off until they get what they want or until they don't. For some reason, the left is so protective of Somalia, of all places, because President Trump has come out recently and said that Somalia is garbage and has garbage people. Now, I'm not going to say whether they are garbage or garbage.
What do you think, Michelle? Do you think that Somalia is filled with like some of the most innovative, distinguished people on planet Earth?
I don't know enough about Somalia to say if they are or not, because I don't know enough the community or the culture or the geography.
Let's take a deep dive into Somalia.
People, we're going to look at the numbers, and you can then make up that decision on your own. All I ask in return is for you guys to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. So when we take a look at what percentage of Somalis are on benefits in the United States, some media circulated charts claim 42% of Somali households in America receive SNAP benefits. And when we look...
Wow, that's a lot.
That's what you were saying earlier, Noodles.
42%. And a lot of those, as soon as they come in, Dave, they get benefits from the government.
Look at Somalia as a massive tourist destination for Americans. It's not. In fact, how Americans currently view Somalia as a destination. High-risk travel advisory. Level 4, do not travel. Limited infrastructure for Western tourism.
Okay, so Michelle, that's the advisory.
Right.
For people thinking about even stepping foot onto Somalian soil.
Visits usually require private security in many regions. Flights often routed through Turkey, Kenya, Ethiopia, or Qatar. Most American visitors are Somali American diaspora, returning to see their family. Extremely little leisure tourism overall. So yeah, Somalia is in fact not a place that people would like to go. And Trump says this, and Trump says that, it's a garbage country and has a lot of garbage people that live there, which is why it's a garbage country.
But what do you think about that, Michelle? Donald Trump saying that?
Again, I don't know nothing about Somalia to say anything about it, but from what I can only surmise, given what's being said, it's definitely a mess.
Why is it when it comes to like certain people that are a certain color, we all pretend like we don't know anything? Like we all of a sudden become like dumb. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to have an opinion. It's like everyone gets like really stupid. Like it doesn't exist. Like they never heard of it before. Why do we do that?
I don't know. Just that no one ever actually says, "Hey, Google, tell me about Somalia."
Is that out of line to say? Well, I don't know. When you're booking your next travel destination, your next vacation with your family, think about whether you're going to go to Somalia or not. And then let that be the deciding factor on, well, why is it that I don't go to Somalia? If it's not
Michelle, how come you've never had like Somalia on your like destination list? of places you want to visit. You want to visit Rio de Janeiro, but why not Somalia?
I never thought about going to Somalia because it's hot and it's arid and it's. I do know that about the geography, and it's largely Muslim, and I don't think I'd fit in.
But isn't Acapulco and like Cancun hot and arid and all those things that you just described?
Acapulco, which is a tourist town in Mexico, is like some people like it as a destination. I'm not interested in it, and I'm not interested in Cancun either. So,
okay, what is Rio de Janeiro?
Rio de Janeiro is in Brazil.
Yeah, is it hot?
Oh, in their summer, which is right now, which is their summer, it gets pretty steamy. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you want to,
but it's got beautifully clad women,
climate.
And they got nice ocean, and they got the Copacabana beach, which is sweet.
You're gonna end up living in a Brazilian ghetto, Dave.
Yeah. A Faleba.
Garbage country, and if it's not full of garbage people, then maybe I should go. Said nobody ever. Let's have a look at what Trump recently said about Somalia, and then we're going to get to this awesome clip of a mayor eating Somalian food and virtue signaling today.
That beautiful land, that beautiful state, it's a hellhole right now.
In the Oval Office, a second tirade.
The Somali
Brian is pretty tough as it is. I wouldn't worry about it. I think maybe it's more of his job than anything. Too much radio chemistry.
They should be out of here. They've destroyed our country. And all they do is complain every year.
This on the heels of Tuesday's rant.
Michelle, that kind of sounds like you. All she does is complain. Donald Trump wants you out, Michelle. He wants all these complaining people out.
Which he attacked Somalia.
Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country.
And a Democratic representative who was born there.
Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage.
These words as ICE steps up activity in Minnesota, targeting the undocumented in the largest Somali community in the country. The condemnation was swift.
Over 51% of the Somali community were born here, which means
I don't blame Trump when he undocumented.
What?
I don't blame that Trump wants to get the undocumented Somalis out of Minnesota. I mean,
yeah, but why not just get rid of all of them? I mean, let's be honest. What are they? Again,
well, first of all, where are you going to send them to? Because they obviously left Somalia because they were hoping for a better life. So,
yeah, but they are getting a better life because people are paying taxes, Michelle. So my point is that your life hasn't gotten better, but Somalians' lives have gotten better. They can have kids, Michelle. They can drive cars, Michelle. They can do all this stuff. You don't have that.
They can buy a house.
Yeah, why, Michelle? Why are these Somalian pirates getting all these accolades and benefits while you're just sitting stewing in your own disgustingness out in Winsted, Connecticut?
Be actually used as a weapon to terrorize the community.
A terror that has already rippled through Minneapolis.
I've been here since 1994. I was only 3 years old when I came, and this is my home. And this has got to.
We came here when she was 3 years old. She could barely speak English. Why is that?
Because we don't.
Why is she dressed in beads?
Well, let's put it this way. If Michelle ever went to Rio and got a visa and established her residency there, do you think she's going to do any better when she has to learn how to speak Portuguese? She could learn it.
No, Michelle, you would do hard. You would die there. I guarantee you that you would die there.
Let's stop talking about things that'll never happen.
Stroke, but you're like what the gangs in the favelas. But I think you would fit in the favelas.
Trump accused Somalis of defrauding Minnesota of billions of dollars. It is true that dozens of Somalis were charged in a fraud scheme involving a COVID-era child hunger fund. But they were mostly U.S. citizens, and the alleged ringleader is white. Trump's blanket statements forcing Somalis to defend their honor.
Michelle, let me ask you a question. Why is it okay to call white people Caucasians, but we can't call black people Negroids?
Good question. I don't know. But yet,
if we're going to use
the black
Caucasian
community
as a way to refer to white people,
black community
then we should use Negroid and Mongoloid to describe other people. I mean, I don't understand why we can't do that.
Well, it's funny because in their own cultures they do. They call each other that. And they even use the racial versions too. And we do too. We call ourselves whites, you know.
Stealing any money. I'm working. I've been in America 26 years. I have my own house. I don't do nothing. So all the Somalians, they're not bad.
The new ICE influx getting a chilly reception, including from police.
We are not participating at all in any kind of, immigration enforcement activity.
Okay. Why should you get one of these?
First of all, anybody that's any state that totally says openly, we refuse to work with the federal government officials such as ICE. That's almost like you're saying is you want to be a rogue country of your own. So why should we be giving you any money to help provide
Thank you. This is all about tax dollars. I'm sick of it.
Ugly lefty white chicks because they love getting high off of virtue signaling and being white knight saviors. And the beneficiaries of race-based politics, the black community have loved it because, again, they can run around and say, well, I'm allowed to kill you because you said a magic word.
Good morning, Tiger Kitty. How you doing today?
No, it's all...
Yeah, Michelle, why is it... like...
Good morning, Tiger Kitty.
That black people get carte blanche to act totally irrational and totally barbaric when someone says a word?
I don't know. It's because I think it goes back to the way that they feel that they were treated badly by the former slave owners.
Yeah, but they were never treated like that by slave owners. They were never slaves. So my point is that
right. So they were never slaves. So just saying is, well, my great grandfather in 1860 was treated badly by the Johnson.
Okay, so then shouldn't all white people have that feeling or emotion
they think
towards
they were all bad
Muslims?
Because it's something that somebody in maybe the Johnson plantation did back in 1860.
What about all the Moors that invaded Europe and ruined Europe and just took people slaves, and there was child sex trafficking and all this other crap?
And that's another thing. Who do you think some of the ancestors of the Somalians were? The Moors. That's right. Crossed over into Spain. Did you not know that?
Spain, France, Italy, and parts
everywhere.
Of
and the Barbary Coast pirates also made a killing and a terror and a trade in the Mediterranean.
Okay, so how come we can't have emotions or feelings towards that? How come, because of our ancestors,
and you're all going to pay.
All of our ancestors being trafficked during those times, how come we can't feel like that? So again, Michelle, if Jeffrey Epstein had committed his crimes in 900 AD, would we be okay with it? Because it happened in 900 AD? And then my question is, where do you draw the line? Like, where can we commit crimes as a race and it not even matter anymore? Like, what date?
I don't know when we should. I don't really know what the best solution is for that, but I just know is that I'm not mad at anybody from this. People hear what happened in the past. Come on, let's be honest.
Michelle, no one is except for these people that want reparations.
I'm hearing there's a ding dong.
That's just. I think that's going to be a straw man.
Michelle, you have a ding dong going on, Michelle.
Okay, I do. Okay,
guys,
come up. Hold on
is back in the picture. Is back in the picture.
Go ahead, Kitty. How you doing?
Life, by the way.
Cinnabon, Abe? More like Cinnabon. That's what you're seeing right now. We told you idiots that woke is dead and that you were.
Tiger, what do you think about this? You're pure white.
I don't really care what colour you are. My view on things are there's good and bad in everybody.
Right. Why is it so hard for people to understand that or even think that? Like, why is it like when we talk about cultures, depending on what culture it is, right?
I
If
don't
it's a
know.
black
Yeah,
culture,
you're right. You're right.
like, yeah, like, why do we play dumb?
I don't know.
Not going to like the pendulum swing, and it is going to be a rough ride for you race baiting goofball leftards out there for generations, but it's been on hyper AIDS the last 10 plus years. Race-based politics has been the purview of ugly lefty white chicks because they love getting high off of virtue signaling and being white knight saviors. And the beneficiaries of race-based politics, the black community, have loved it because, again, they can run around and say, well, I'm allowed to kill you because you said a magic word. Hold on, what? No, this is all dumb. And you're all going to pay a horrible price for this. No.
Whitey's going to pay.
We're woke and you're racist. Yeah, no, nobody cares anymore. Yeah, nobody cares. We told you about this a couple months ago with that woman from the park, I think in Minnesota, where the 5-year-old Somali kid with severe autism that was unattended at a park, who turned out to be 10, and now the community is acknowledging has a history, allegedly, of course, of stealing. And the mom called him your magic word, and you guys got all upset. And she raised about $800,000 because you guys said, we're going to ruin your life. Now, people
$800,000? Michelle, maybe you should walk around Winston and start calling people the N-word. You know, like some fun.
I'm sorry, I don't want to be slugged in the face like Andrew was.
So my question is, Michelle, let's say I want to say the word. I'm not going to say it, and this was all brought about when they were attacking Gidgey. Let's say I just wanted to say the word out loud in public, not calling anyone it, just saying the word. These people would declare you a racist just for saying a word.
Yes, they would, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's true.
And if a certain person of a certain complexion heard you say it, it gives them carte blanche to physically assault you.
Yeah.
Like, what is up with that? Michelle?
When they start calling me cracker and honky, I'm going to start punching them in the face, too.
Yeah. Let's kill him, yeah.
Chris Bliss was
dare
talking
say
about
that word.
Here, just reading something here. Oh, you're talking about the video that Chris is working on, Chris. Yeah.
No.
We didn't talk about it.
That woman, by the way, they're not done because you're not allowed to stand up against
Absolutely, you can put the concert on his channel. Absolutely, he was part of the concert. He certainly can put it on his channel.
Armor. They put a lot of resources into this. They're not going to just let it go. And so you say
Grizz, you
the
can
word
send
that
him a
shouldn't
copy
be
of it
said,
so
and you
can
raise
have
a bunch
it
of
for
money.
his own
They'll still
files.
come after you. And that woman is now going to be going to court, I think, early 2026 for disorderly conduct. The only person to ever go to court in Minnesota for disorderly conduct will be the white woman who uttered the magic.
30th and the December 3rd one up, because you might as well put both up, the November 30th and the December 3rd one, because they kind of dovetail together. We're talking about the concert with Chris Bliss on November 3rd. November 30th and December 3rd, because they kind of dovetail each other, so you might as well put them both up.
Wait, you're asking me to play that?
No. He wants to put it on his channel. I said that's fine. You can do that.
Yeah. So, Tiger, did you hear that everything's back on with E?
Well, I did see her in your chat.
Yep. Talking about moving in.
What? Slow down.
She's going to get pregnant before she knows it.
Yeah, you go out on a few drinks. Go out, have a few drinks.
Okay, so here's the deal, guys. E is going to make a special guest appearance at the convocation.
Yeah.
But there's one stipulation. And she's like, well, Michelle's wild with the phone. I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, well, she's going to film me. I don't want anyone seeing me. I'm like, well, everyone's seeing you. You showed people, whatever. She goes, yeah, I don't want to be on the live stream. It's just like, I don't want to do it. So E is going to dress up in the burqa, Michelle. She's going to have her face covered and everything.
Well, that's fine, but I don't get wild with the phone, Noodles. I'm not you. I don't go out there and just grab pictures
You
of everybody.
accidentally video.
She doesn't
Sometimes
realize
by
all the things
mistake.
she shows.
Michelle, you went to the toilet one day. Took your phone with you, recording.
Word.
Yeah.
And again, it's because they're going to try to punish her. Well, get ready for a whole lot more disorderly conduct as people are recognizing we're not going to be lectured to anymore about race by people who hate us. I mean, that's just insane.
Since
That's
Chris
insane.
gave you the can give
All
you the
across
raw
social media.
files because he has them, Chris, you can actually use the high quality images instead of using the garbage ones because there are better quality ones out there, the raw sources. So if you want the raw sources, I gave them to Chris or Grizz so he can send them to you also.
Chris, you know what I would do? I would take the video that Michelle has and kind of run it through an editing program because the video is kind of cool. You just got to mess with it a little bit, and I think it would be great. That grainy film. Michelle, you got to get a new camera. I don't know if maybe you don't need a new camera. I think I like that camera. It looks like we're looking at like you're about to record a snuff video.
Yeah, I know. That's
for
why
the cartels.
That's why we're using the USB camera because that was a little bit better quality. And the video I sent to Grizz is one straight from the local source and not going through YouTube's processing and going through YouTube's compressing on top of the image from Restream. So it's
people of all races, ethnicities, they're just crapping on white people, and white people are told that you're the only ones that are racist, and you better, no, that's going to kick back hard. You shouldn't have done that. We should have all enjoyed the early '90s of the race relations, where everybody's making fun of everybody, no protected classes. But no, you guys wanted to make protected class. Everybody's a protected class. Everybody's allowed to crap on white people, and white people just have to take it. White people have a tipping point, and you've reached it. So now we've got the Cinnabon lady. Yep. She was over there making those delicious treats.
So have you heard of this,
Speaking of tipping point, guys, please put a like in the like jar, and also please hype the videos from yesterday. Hype the videos from a few days ago. Hype like crazy. Hype. Because Michelle hasn't been getting any hypes. Please hype everything.
All right, so Michelle, have you heard about the Cinnabon lady?
No, I don't know who that is.
This is the story about the Cinnabon lady who just got fired for calling people the N-word.
Probably poison, by the way. Make your own. I can't imagine it's that hard, right? Probably just water, flour, and cinnamon, guys. don't get this poison over here. Allegedly, of course. Anyway, she's making the delicious Cinnabons, and she sees two strong and empowered, marginalized Somali immigrants in the middle of building the infrastructure and the societal fabric of Wisconsin. She couldn't have it anymore. She said, "Get out of here, Edwards! Get out of here, Edwards! You triangulated Edwards! Get out of here!" According to the mainstream media press and left-wing media.
I have a very strong feeling that Blazing Leo might actually start doing this at Burger King, wherever she's working. I think Blazing Leo might actually have a tipping point. Blazing Leo, you should do this and go viral and get $100,000 the first day you get fired. Yeah.
Oh, I'm a racisms. 9,000 points of racisms. 9,000 points. Completely messed that meme up, Abe. Leave me alone. So anyhow.
Okay, guys.
So for 9,000 racisms. So Cinnabon said, well, we will not tolerate that. We'll fire her right now. You're fired. You're fired. You're under arrest and fired. We'll ruin your life too. And that's the end of the story, guys. Oh, wait, no. There's more. This woman wasn't just flipped her Somali racism switch and started screaming. We've got some more of the clip. The initial clip is midway through the argument. That could never be an issue, Abe. No, well, now we got a little bit more, and it turns out that, surprise to nobody's surprise, it's been revealed that the altercation that led to Cinnabon employee in Wisconsin lashing out at a Somalian couple was sparked by the couple sexually harassing her for not wearing a hijabs. Right Angle News Network over here. So, Cinnabon, you're fine with your employees being sexually harassed. That's fine. That's right. The pussy hat crowd was telling everybody, that's right. Right? Hashtag believe all women. Right? What are you victim shaming over here? So this woman's supposed to just take, well, of course she's supposed to just take it. She's white and they're black. So
yeah, that's not right.
Religious extremist Muslims are screaming at you and sexually harassing you, you're supposed to take it because you're white and they're black and shut up, according to libtards. And she's not having it. She's not having it. Again, I got a weird suspicion this wasn't the first time that she was harassed by Somali teens trying to sexually shame her and posted it on Somali TikTok. And so she started screaming. And they're like, well, I can't believe that you would say that word. You're a racist. She goes, yeah, I'm a racist. I'm a racist. And now she's approaching, she's going to get well past $100,000. I don't know if it's going to get anywhere near $800,000, but she's going to raise a bunch of money. I don't know how long you got to work at Cinnabon to make $100,000. I imagine it's a long time. But no, you didn't ruin her life. They're in the clip saying, oh my God, I can't believe you called us the special magic word. We're going to ruin your life. Oh yeah, how'd you ruin her life? Yeah, she's going to be fine. She's going to be fine. The other chick's going to be fine.
That's kind of weird. Do we have a Somali TikTok? Do we have an Italian TikTok? Do we have a Greek TikTok? Do we have a Puerto Rican TikTok? Do we have a Brazilian TikTok?
I'm not sure about that, but Michelle, let me ask you a question. Serious question. How many times have you been sexually abused over on YouTube?
None. At least not physically, anyway. I've been called a lot of different things over the years, but never been physically sexually abused.
Well, not
no, verbally.
Verbally, a lot. People call you a man.
Yeah.
That's sexually, using her sexuality against her.
Yeah.
Right. So my question is, who do you go to when something like that happens on YouTube?
Nowhere.
Not much you can do. I mean, yes, you can report it, but YouTube kind of like just turns a blind eye to you. Like, oh well, you're one of those, huh? Which is kind of sad. That YouTube, because they're turning a blank eye to it, is actually encouraging it to happen.
Because my point is, like, there's really nowhere you can go to report this. I mean, you can report it, but nothing ever happens. People are never held responsible. People don't ever get their channels taken away, stuff like that. So if I was to do this to you at work, right, and you reported it to your employer and he did nothing about it, what are you supposed to do after that?
Always go up to the next chain of command, Dave. If your current chain of
where
command
is the next chain of command on Google or YouTube? How do you have access?
They don't have a standard HR, so and again, that no one really cares. That's the YouTube problem.
It's a YouTube problem because they don't even have a way of reporting or escalating behind.
There's no reporting on.
Wait a second. They're a legit business in the United States, correct?
Yes, they are.
So then, how do they not have to follow these standards and protocols?
That's a good question, but they also don't even have a phone number that you can call to complain. They don't have any kind of...
So that's when you have to go to OSHA because you are a partner, regardless if you're a partner, a contract, an employer, or an employee. These incidents have to be reported.
Yeah,
and they encourage you to report this to OSHA. Have you ever tried to report any of this stuff to OSHA, Michelle?
No, I haven't. I'm not even
sure. Michelle, you're an employee of YouTube, Google.
But you know what? Here's a related thing. YouTube lost in a lawsuit against a channel that they pulled down. And the judge said they had to reinstate the guy's channel, and they still haven't reinstated his channel, even though the judge ordered them to. So what does that tell you? That you Google, YouTube things are above the law.
Well, they are. It seems like it. It seems like they don't have to obey any type of rules or regulations. They set the rules, and they can manipulate them any way they want. And depending on who you are and what day it is, they can just fucking remove you for anything.
The problem
Well,
is
like
that
we
they
all know,
think because they're an
YouTube breaks the
international
first rule of
organization.
the Constitution. So there you go, freedom of speech.
Like I would think that
Right,
if there
free
was a
speech,
company,
right to assemble. Yeah, they do.
if there was a company that wanted to do business in the United States, like YouTube or Google, they should have to obey the laws of the land, and they would just to do business here. They have to pay taxes. They have to do all this crap, right?
Yeah, and they do have a presence on our soil. Yes, they should.
But their partners, right? When they're abused, ridiculed, intimidated, sexually abused, whatever it is, OSHA does not give a flying fuck. It's like it doesn't exist. It's like YouTube isn't even real. Isn't that strange? If I was to call OSHA on one of those job sites that I'm on, Michelle, they would be there within a matter of a week, investigating everything. They would shut down the job. They would be fucking doing all this shit. How come they don't do that to YouTube?
It's called Occupation Safety Health Administration. So maybe they might say, well, is this a health? But it definitely is a safety issue, but it's not physical safety. That's kind of funny. The way OSHA works.
Whoa. Wait a second. Michelle, we just had a couple of YouTubers murdered last week because of,
Yeah, that happens a lot. Look what happened to Etika. If he had been able to get the help he needed properly through the proper channels, he probably would still be alive right now.
Or maybe if OSHA would have gotten involved and told YouTube, yeah, you can't have these people saying this stuff to one of your employees. This is workplace violence.
Yeah. And what his MCN did to him is also definitely extremely damaging.
I don't know if you guys remember when Donald Trump was talking about banning TikTok, and the reason why he didn't was because he even said that there are some Americans out there who actually make a living on TikTok doing this, so you'd be taking away their livelihoods and their business.
He also didn't like the fact that the TikTok was being run by the Chinese government or an arm of the Chinese government. And
right, so they wanted somewhat control from TikTok, which they got. Right, they recently got that, and that's why TikTok's allowed to be, readily available for anyone in the United States.
Right, because the TikTok wasn't applying, as you said, American laws or laws of the people of the country that they're in. For example, if you're UK, you need to follow UK laws. If you're United States, you have to follow US laws. If you're Italian, you got to follow Italy laws. If you're in Sweden, you got to follow Swedish laws. TikTok was saying is we're just following our home country.
What company out there that you know that doesn't have to obey these OSHA rules and policies and regulations?
I can't think of anybody that doesn't, that are in this country. I mean, maybe a manufacturing or a business or health and safety is involved. They see us as subcontractors, and the problem is, I do know that subcontractors are still required to have access to certain facilities. You're
still under OSHA regulations, yeah.
Yes, you are. You're still under OSHA regulations.
So my question again, Michelle, do you think that there's possibly maybe Google has something to do with the federal government, and that's why they don't go after them?
I think what it is that Google is so big that the federal government's afraid that if they aggravate Google, that a large portion of the GDP of this country could be seriously compromised. Because,
how so?
Because remember that they're paying taxes here, they're paying insurance here, they're paying utilities here, they're paying YouTuber content creators here, they're paying advertisers, they're
Let me
running
ask you a question.
advertising here.
You think a company like Google is just going to disappear?
No, because they'll just move operations offshore. That's what they'll do.
No.
And then
that's not what they'll do.
And then they can say, well, we're no longer an
Chrysler?
American company anymore, so American laws no longer apply.
No, if you're doing business in the United States, Michelle, you have to
Yeah,
apply.
but
Michelle, listen,
especially if you have a presence in the United States,
Michelle?
and they do. I saw the Google building in New York. I know they have a presence in this country. So yes, but if they decide to shut down all the American shops and say locate into, I don't know, just say for the sake of argument, let's say United Kingdom, they could say, we're no longer an American company. Oh, we still allow you to be an American, watching and using Google services, but we're not on your soil, so we don't have to follow your laws anymore. And that's where the problem starts. And, but since they did establish themselves in the United States, they do have to abide by American laws. Anti-discrimination law is certainly part of it. And
Michelle, businesses go out of business all the time. But take Chrysler, for instance, right?
Yeah.
Chrysler was a failing company. Nobody was buying their cars, whatever. Michelle, these businesses that are out there, other businesses buy them up.
Oh, yeah.
They never go away. Pontiac's still around, guys.
Yeah,
so
I know.
Then someone else. I mean, you know what I mean?
It's independent. It's independently owned now, though. Pontiac is.
But my point is that people buy this stuff, and just because Google is top dog now doesn't mean that Google is going to be top dog in 20 years. All right, there'll be someone else to fill that slot, Michelle. If there's money to be made, there will be someone else that will absorb it.
That's what it is. It's money. That's all they want is money. And
in 20 years, watch T-Mobile takes over everything.
Maybe it's going to be Netflix. Maybe it's going to be HBO. Maybe HBO is going to come out of nowhere.
No,
maybe it'll be some large and broad international corporation. I mean, it could be, who knows? Maybe it could be a whole new quasi company. Maybe Alphabet takes over everything since we cover everything letters from A to Z. And they might just say that. So we take T-Mobile, we take AT&T, we take Verizon, we take Frontier, we take
she just merged Amazon and Google together right there for a second.
I recently purchased the most popular glucose meter online and decided to test it with you.
So
if you have diabetes or
legal there, Bonnie Blue has finally.
Who Bonnie Blue is, Michelle? Do you know who Bonnie Blue is?
No, I don't. I don't know.
So supposedly she just got arrested. I don't know for what. This woman has taken OnlyFans to the next level. Right? She's touring the world, fucking people for money. And this sounds like prostitution, but again, we let women get away with it all the time in the United States. It's called OnlyFans, and she's been skirting the law for a while. And she recently just got arrested in Bali, Michelle.
Done it. She managed to get arrested for real. This is not another YouTube prank or a staged TikTok, but in actual, real life jail cell by actual government officials who do not know what an OF collab is. And honestly, if there was ever a speed run for how fast you can piss off an entire country, Bonnie Blue just set the world record.
Controversial content creator Bonnie Blue has been detained by police in Bali over alleged pornographic activities. The British woman was banned from Australia and its schoolies celebrations, heading instead to Indonesia.
Bonnie Blue's sordid adventure to Bali has taken a dramatic twist. The 26-year-old questioned by officers at a police station in Kuta.
Yeah, they're young.
I thought she was in her 30s, late 30s.
Yeah, well, that's just the way the life is. It just takes a toll.
No, she's lying about. She ain't 26 years old. That's an older fucking woman. She's got to be in her late 30s. Gotta be.
She was spotted talking to two people, one believed to be a lawyer. The controversial OnlyFans creator announced her arrival last week.
Hey boys, those that go into schoolies and to those that are barely
she's only
legal.
26, dude.
Cannot wait to meet you.
No, dude, she looks old as fuck. What are you talking about?
She's only 26, Dave.
No, I know. Listen, you can make. I could say that I'm 36. You know, I could make a Wikipedia saying I'm 36. You know what I mean, dude? They've made obituaries about me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've seen a couple that
because
said you're
after
dead
spending
already.
the last year treating the planet like one giant adults-only tour, Bonnie decided to take her bang bus, yes, the infamous one you've probably seen all over TikTok, straight into Bali, a place where her entire career is literally illegal. It all started when Indonesian authorities confirmed that Bonnie had been detained over actual graphic activity violations. Not any moral issues or disagreements, not someone being dramatic online, real life charges from a real government who very clearly do not care how many followers she has.
Like, do men see her as like something like obtainable? Like, does anyone see that in this woman or no?
Do you see her as obtainable?
No, I see her as this like.
I thought she was ugly. When I looked at her picture, she looked ugly to me.
You guys kind of look alike, Michelle. Blonde hair, blue eyes, beautiful lips.
Her eyebrows are all wrong. Her hair is bleached like mine is, but her eyebrows are way off.
Yeah, she has some big eyebrows. She must have like a really big bush down there.
The moment police stepped in, you could just feel the entire energy shift. Because it's all fun doing this in the UK and America, when no one really cares about adult content. But things are a little bit different in Asia, and everyone realized, yeah, this time she's actually cooked. It's similar to what happened with Vitali. You can get away with trolling and harassment in America with no real consequences, just a slap on the wrist. And now he's been sat in jail in the Philippines for a year. But with Bonnie, it was kind of predictable. She had been running this adult content world tour that made absolutely no sense. She started in the UK, terrorized half of the population, then dipped to Australia, and instead of leaving the bus behind like a normal human being, she literally shipped the thing across the planet like it was some priceless museum artifact. At this point, that bus might have more miles than Bonnie does. And honestly guys, what do you think has more miles, Bonnie or her bus?
Adult content creator Bonnie Blue, who'd been offering her services to
her body's got way more miles than that bus.
You really think she's 26? Look at those hands.
Yeah, she's 26.
Well, she's obviously been doing something pretty bad. She's been taking old fart drugs.
I hope that he doesn't end up looking like that at 26.
Jesus, Dave.
Quote, barely legal schoolies has had her Australian visa cancelled. 7 News understands the Department of Home Affairs made the decision because the British woman was advertising the fact she was going to work in Australia despite being on a 12-month visitor visa.
And you might be asking, well, since she's recording adult content in a foreign country, in a completely different continent, she might, you know, research the laws, check if her entire job is even legal there, ask literally anyone on her team. No, she got on Instagram and posts, barely legal boys, I'm in Bali, kissing emoji. Yeah, that's...
Alright, so she is now in jail, Michelle. She's now in jail, so.
Well, let's put it this way. So she had a 12-month visiting visa. Lucky little fuck. I couldn't even get a 1-month visiting visa. I mean, come on. Where do you get the money?
You're not
she wasn't in jail. Now
dicks.
she's sitting in jail. So she's going to be sitting in jail now that her visa was canceled. And then they're going to what? Deport her back to her home country now?
Probably.
After her court date?
Mistress, Michelle. This is a mistress nearly plunges to her death from window while hiding from her lover's wife. Look at that. We don't really know where this is.
That's stupidity for you.
Oh, it's in China. In China.
What's up?
Usually China's okay with men having mistresses.
Look at this shit.
我操！操他太有病了！我操！
Oh my god！
他不怕摔下来吗
？Oh shit！
哦哦
！Holy shit！ Holy shit！
many floors is she
Oh my
up?
God.
It looks at least about 4 floors up. 4 floors up at least.
This is incredibly fun, Michelle.
She almost flipped that one time.
Look at this. Oh my God.
That's how you escape.
Clearly, she's pretty skillful of walking on ledges.
Wow, crazy intense, Michelle. Crazy intense.
I will show the panel. Just give me a second, guys. Okay.
It's over now, Michelle. Don't worry about it.
Oops, I gotta switch this up. Hold on a minute. I gotta set that up.
Michelle, it's over.
I know it is. They wanted to show you the panel. I'm just gonna get the panel up on the screen here, guys.
They wanted to see what was going on, Michelle. You missed your opportunity.
Don't worry about it, guys. It just shows this woman that is very capable of being an acrobat or a daredevil.
And she almost fell off that one lid.
Oh, I got it now. You know what it is? You're in the wrong button. Am I in the wrong button?
She's hitting the wrong button.
No, you're on the right button. I'm on the right button, but okay, I gotta switch screens. Hold on a minute, guys. Hang on a minute.
Michelle, let's watch Jeff the Patriot. Tell people what's up.
3 years now, and the unvaccinated aren't dead. Isn't that amazing? And actually, none of us regret not taking it. Did it stop transmission? No. Did it do anything? No, sure didn't. Actually, it changed your DNA because that spike protein wasn't supposed to be active. My job made me get it. My family, my friends. They didn't make you get it. You got it yourself. So when they censored the truth and let millions of people in, you didn't think about that, right? Yeah. Classic. And you called us all kinds of names telling us we was going to kill each other, but what's happening now? Huh. The truth? So y'all got suckered, and y'all persecuted us. But they are lied.
Now, by the way, guys, don't forget that since there's some background music here, I'm going to have to edit out the music. It's nothing you can do about that. It's just the way some of the stuff's got music in the background. I'm going to have to edit out the music later on, so we can release the side chat.
Forget it.
I know, it's not your fault. It was the broadcast had the music. It's not you. Don Bill says, good morning, my family. What's shaking? Not much. Noodles is talking about political stuff, and we're talking about economy, and we're talking about a woman that acts like an acrobat in China trying to avoid a lover's wife. And she manages to carefully avoid, I think she's at least in the 4th, 5th floor, manages to acrobatically avoid getting creamed by his wife, by risking falling to her death.
Hey, Michelle, why don't we watch a video about what ugly women back in 1967 in Ireland thought an attractive man looked like, Michelle?
What?
What do you look for in a man physically?
Well, I like a man to be bigger than me and to have a strong character. Somebody who has a stronger character than I have.
Does he have to be a man with great big muscles and
No.
great big thighs and legs?
No, I don't like a man who's too preoccupied with his own masculinity.
What about skinny fellas?
Skinny fellas are okay, depending on their character.
Well, I'm very attracted to men who are able to sing and play music, interested in music and singing.
Do they have to be physically big men?
Oh, no, not necessarily. No, I like the people who are slim and trim.
Oh,
What do
that's
you
still
look
not
for in a
different than
man
today.
when you want to find them attractive?
Well, I like a well-proportioned man, around 6 foot in height, and
You got that
not
6
too
foot
lean,
covered, right,
not
Dave?
too fat.
Yep.
Does he have to be a fella with a lot of muscle?
Oh no, I find those muscular men rather revolting to look at. You know, these
No,
fellas
it's got
with
muscle.
muscles. No.
What do you look for then in a man?
Well, Carl, I don't go out with a specific idea in mind, but I do find that I think certain people are attractive, and they're usually fairly slim and athletic type people, but they're not enormous, big, sort of Apollo-type specimens of humanity, which I find rather disgusting.
Good morning, Margot. How
Why
you
do you
doing?
find this so?
Well, the problem if you go to an Apollo place and start doing bodybuilding and so on is that you will get overweight, or you will get so developed that you look rather like what you might expect to find in a zoo, for example.
I like him to be taller than me, not too heavy.
What about muscles?
No, muscles be inclined to put me off too much, you know? Certain amount, okay.
What physical attributes do you admire in a man?
Well, personally, I don't really go for the physical point of view at all. I would prefer personality. But I would prefer a man to be, well...
All right, Liz, hold on, flip this around a little bit, because right now I have two men on the panel. What, in 2025, what do you consider the ideal woman?
Well, it's interesting you say that, Michelle. It's interesting you say that, because I would say E. E.
Well, I don't know E, so give me some ideas of what you consider the ideal woman.
Okay, perfect lips, perfect nose, perfect eyes.
Do you want them skinny?
Body.
Do you want them fat? Do you want them tall? Do you want them short? Do you want them with glasses? Do you want them with no glasses? Do you want them with color hair? Do you want them with no hair?
Desperate, Michelle, and young. Very desperate and young.
Hey, Dave, remember, beauty's subjective.
Yes, I know beauty's subjective. And even those Irish women were saying something that was similar. They were looking for the man that was, to them, they considered appealing. You know, I'm looking for a person, I know the other women in this group probably would feel the same way, that somebody that is responsible and takes care of himself and is able to show that he's taking care of his needs and not feeling like the guy is just basically let it all hang out in a bad way. And you know what I mean?
I think most Irish men are very brawny and, you know, ugly looking, but I prefer him to, if he had large bone structure, to be just fairly well covered.
Well, when I first see a man, first of all, I like to see what kind of personality he has. His physical attraction isn't that much to me.
It sounded like in 1967 they wanted thicker guys.
Yeah, medium height, not too fat, not too well built, not too muscly.
Well, a tall, very, very broad man, I would say, appeals to me very much.
What do I look for in a man? I'm looking for a man that's...
He has to be taller than you.
Yeah, good but tall.
Hasn't let himself
Does he have to be
go.
athletic?
And
no, not really.
tries his best to keep up with his health and his needs. And
what do you look for in a man physically?
Well, I like a man to be bigger than me and to have a strong character.
What do you look for in a man physically?
They gotta be lean. I'm fat phobic and I'll admit it. Say like fit, tall.
Does he have to be a man with great big muscles and great big thighs and legs?
No, I don't like a man who's too preoccupied with his own masculinity.
Does he have to be a man with like big muscles?
Yeah, like just strong. I just want him to like not be a fat fuck. I want a guy that takes care of himself physically and he doesn't, overindulge.
Does he have to be a man with big muscles?
No, you don't have to be. Women are not super picky on looks.
Does he have to be a fella with a lot of muscle?
That's because Chrissy fucking married a twink.
Muscular men rather revolting to look at.
Like I'm not personally attracted to guys that have like huge muscles. I don't know. I just don't think it's that appealing.
What about skinny fellas?
Skinny fellas are okay depending on their character.
What about skinny guys?
I've been with a skinny guy. I didn't like it for me.
Oh, by the way, that woman there was swatted by Daniel from West Virginia. Just so everyone knows that how important this kid was to harassing people all over the internet. Daniel swatted that woman that he's talking to.
Distracted by the hip bones, like digging into me, and I was just like, I was like, God, I really hope this guy can't fit into my pants.
Daniel doesn't like you saying his
Could
name.
he wear my clothes?
I don't care. I don't give a shit. Daniel, can go fuck yourself. Fucking loser.
Okay, Chris.
It was just distracting, and it took me out of the moment.
What about skinny guys? Would you date him?
He's just like straight up skin and bones. I'd be like, I could probably kick your ass. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pass.
Has to wear bigger clothes than me. That's a bare minimum.
What physical attributes do you admire in a man?
Well, personally, I don't really go for the physical point of view at all. I would prefer personality.
I don't look at your physical features all the time. Most of the time it's personality.
I'm also not super picky when it comes to physique. I'm way more picky when it comes to like values and personality.
Yes, I would completely
Oh, I
agree.
agree with
I would
that.
100%
There's so much more.
Well, when I first see a man, first of all, I like to see what kind of personality he has. His physical attraction is...
Michelle, you talk like this. You're all about personality. You're all about stuff like that. What do you think, Michelle?
I definitely think personality is important. Definitely. If you and that man can get along and his personality is compatible with yours, that's a big plus.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as the physical appearance, I do want a man that at least makes an effort to keep himself in good shape.
Oh, absolutely.
And I know that sometimes it's hard, especially in the 21st century. It is hard. So I don't think that's changed much. I think what women are looking for pretty much hasn't really changed at a significant level, in the last, 100 years. I don't think. I mean, of course, I said last 100 years, maybe more like last 60 years, 70 years, because we still want the same thing. We still want a man that's able to provide, but also is compatible with our chemistry and emotions and our feelings. We don't want some guy that just basically acts vain and just does nothing. You know what I'm saying? That we want the right guy. We want the right guy that's going to be there for us, to support us and help us to achieve our goals in our life. Krista said she made a short on her channel. Another idiot, Krista. Are you using it as a thumbnail? It's almost like it's a thumbnail for you. I don't know why you do that. It's just strange. Let's get a lot of views.
That was really strange. I got a phone call from Yashir.
Yeah.
You don't care?
Yeah. What did he say in the phone call?
He didn't pick. So he called me. I didn't pick up, and it was definitely him.
Yeah.
Look at his phone number. Always alright.
Well, why would he call you? Well, he didn't leave.
I don't know.
Could he just accidentally dial the wrong number?
Maybe. Michelle, he got in a little bit of trouble with some.
Yes, I've heard.
Michelle, I can't tell this guy where to go. I'm going to be honest with you. If it's going to be like that, Michelle, he probably shouldn't be, talking to anyone online. I feel bad for the guy, Michelle. The guy was a good guy. The guy is a good guy.
He is a good guy, but I think sometimes he makes bad decisions, just like a lot of us do.
Yeah, it's just that the people that he makes bad decisions with, Michelle, are taking advantage of it. Can't have that.
Yeah.
And there's nothing I can do to stop it.
So I'm wondering when they're going to start working on the floor, because he was here this morning and then they never came back. I don't know. I might really wonder too if they're going to come back today or if they're just going down to the Lowe's or Home Depot to get the materials.
Well, have you talked to the Filipino?
I talked to him a little bit when they showed him the window in the bedroom. I said, and Jimmy was with me. I said, you got to fix this. And he kind of agreed. Yeah, we got to fix that. I said, right now, the main floor here in the living room and the studio isn't really need to be changed at this point. The floor here is safe. And I mean safe in the sense it's not, chipping up or anything. But, this bedroom window's gonna have to be replaced.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of stuff that has to be replaced in there, Michelle.
I know. But at least now Jimmy's starting to. Maybe he got some money for urban improvement. Maybe he finally got the grant money that I told him to go apply for.
Or maybe because he raised everyone's rent. He took some of that and fucking is going to invest it back
No,
in.
he didn't raise anybody's rent. At least not for next year. He's not. But I think that maybe he
Michelle,
got
he just raised it by $100. What are you talking about?
No, he did in May for me. It went from 800 to 2,000 to 1,000 in May.
Michelle's solo paying for all the rentals that remodels that he's going to be doing.
Yeah, Michelle, you're not the only one that he raised the rent on.
I know I'm not the only one. But
He raised it on everyone there.
But also at the same time, his utility and taxes are going up too. So that doesn't give him really much of a profit. So I got a feeling he probably got an urban grant, which is, I told him to go try to apply for that. Yeah.
Possibly. I don't know. Well, Michelle, how about I order you another pie with pickles on it, Michelle? Pickle pie.
I put the rest of that pizza pie, by the way, in the freezer.
Well, you didn't like it?
Well, there's this pineapple. There's this pineapple pepperoni. So it's not really that bad. I'll eat it, but it's not my favorite.
Michelle, it's pineapple and ham.
It's Hawaiian pizza.
Okay, it's Hawaiian pizza. Yeah, it was fine. As I said, but I also had made another pizza last night. I made a 3 meat last night.
Oh my god! All right, I'm never ordering you anything.
That's why I froze it so I could eat it in another day.
I know. It's not your fault. It's my fault.
Yeah. By the way, me and Grok are working on the story about me, you, Carmen, and Lumi going to Old Order Amish in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and having to live with the Amish for 48 hours in their culture as Amish. And the story is...
Michelle, I reached out to someone about that, and they're willing to help out. It's just that, Michelle, I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I can do it till after Christmas.
Well, I figured that. Because in the story, we didn't go into February.
Yeah, I think that's probably the time we're going to end up doing it, to be honest.
You realize you're going to be freezing your earth off, right?
Well, you better get dressed. I'll be fine.
And the fact of the matter is that the church services are in German, right?
We're not.
Yes, we are. I insist on it. We're going to be part of the culture, not just watching through a lens in the distance.
Dave, you're going to be Amish for 48 hours?
I guess so. I was planning on shaving my beard.
You're going to have to shave your beard. You're not married.
Noodles, you don't have to shave your beard because Amish men have beards. So you fit right in.
No, Dave, you're not married, so you want to shave your beard. You're not thinking of this logically.
Well, it's not like that. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Michelle, Yashir is calling. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hey, Don.
Pizza's good, Chris. So you want to come on over and take a few slices home? It's in the freezer. Just warm them up in the oven and... Where's everybody at? Some are here on YouTube. Some are on Kick. Maybe one or
There's
two
like
are
probably
on
one
Twitch.
person on Kick. What are you talking about, Michelle?
Maybe some are on Rumble. But there's 21 of them on YouTube right now.
Yes, that's where everybody is. 21 people are on YouTube.
Don says hi to Comedy Flow.
Yes, I said hi, Don.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you one thing. We had a pretty interesting show this morning. Yes, we did. And so what do you think about the issue, though, with the economy, though? I'm asking you since Noodles left.
So Yashir's phone was taken away from him. He can't really come up here or do anything, so...
Okay.
His phone was taken away from him? He's grounded like a little kid?
Who's grounding him?
With his aunt.
Say, I mean, who's grounding him, though, Noodles?
I think his aunt.
Oh.
Well, according to what I heard, I didn't hear it from him, but sucks. He's a good guy.
Yeah, you know, Dawn, maybe you should just totally deep six the whole cell phone thing, because I think you're just going to be constantly under attack. It's just, that's just it. We're so wrapped up with cell phone technology now that if somebody infiltrates your phone, it's like over. That's one of the reasons why I kind of really wonder why I even have all the technology I got. I don't like to depend too much on this stuff because it makes me feel nervous, especially given what's going on. Now, even your phone advertising is loaded with malware and payloads now. People don't realize that. It's crazy. They managed to figure out how to put malware into your advertising on your phone.
Chris wonders if you've been playing your violin, Michelle.
I'm still playing my violin. Yeah, I gotta practice some more of it today. Yes, I have been playing it. I did a video on it about 2 days ago. Yes, you did. Hour 40 minutes
So
of it.
I'm about to go in the house. Are you gonna wrap this up soon, or do you want to go over the Dog Man? Land Between the Lakes.
I don't know much about the Dog Man Between the Lakes. Lakes, not legs. Lakes. I don't know much about them.
Hey, Dave, have you covered the New Jersey Devil yet?
No.
No, he hasn't.
You should take Justin out to the woods and then have him standing over a cliff and just be like, I think we found the Jersey Devil.
No, that's like South Jersey. It's not even that's like nowhere near me. That's like down in the Pine Barrens, you know?
Yeah.
Actually, it's closer to Justin than it is to me. He could do that.
Speaking of Justin, how do you think he would manage living among the Amish? I wonder that.
I think you would catch him fucking the horses, Michelle. I think that's what you'd end up.
I mean, I think maybe in a way he might do okay in one level, but would he be better off with the New Order Amish, like the Beachy Amish, the Old Order Amish, or maybe the Mennonites?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I could. In all seriousness, I think Justin gets along with a lot of people. He's very social. I think he's got good social skills. It's just that he's not around enough people. I think that's his problem.
Yeah.
His social interaction with people.
Yeah,
is very
please do
limited.
hype this video, Mr. Kister, when it is over. You can do it once it's done. I don't know how that's going to work. See, yes, you can. Also, if you want hype yesterday's videos too, hype a few videos. You get 3 hypes a week. So, everybody, please put as many hypes in as you can. Out of the 15 people watching right now, let's assume you didn't use any of your hypes. That means that we can get a total of 45 hypes. 45 hypes will get us on the hype wall of fame. Well,
Michelle, what do you think is holding people back from hyping your live streams?
Because I keep forgetting to mention it. They think they forgot all about it because I kept forgetting to bring it up. And that's exactly what Grok said. Grok said is, you forget to tell them to hype it, and then they forget.
Yeah, this Grok is a problem, Michelle.
How about this new system? Nobody really cares about it, and that's what's actually happening.
Yeah, you're not getting any benefit from it. You're not getting what am I getting out of hyping something?
Exactly.
How many people are hyping your streams, Noodles?
I don't know, but what am I getting at? What is the person that is hyping getting out of hyping?
What you get out of it is when you know people hype your video, it goes up on the hype wall of fame, and then It gets featured on YouTube's main
No,
algorithm.
I
boost.
understand that, Michelle, but what am I getting as a hyper?
Well, you're showing your appreciation of the content, and then that helps.
I do that by watching already.
Well, not only do we do it by watching, but we also give thumbs up. We do shit
Exactly.
like that.
YouTube is getting ridiculous. They want too much, and I don't got all this time.
All right, guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to jerk off to E.
All right,
Right
bye.
Well, I don't know. It's kind of complicated. What do you get out of it? Well, let's see. It shows your channel that you appreciate the effort. Put them up on the Hype Wall of Fame, which means that people now will recognize your channel. It means that your channel has got content that people feel is important.
Michelle, you just admit you wanted me on that Hype Wall of Fame. That's all it is.
Yeah. No, it helps because a lot of new little channels don't really normally get recognized much by the standard algorithm. So I mean, I think it's a okay practice, but I think here's the I don't like it is the fact is it creates a whole new subcategory that only muddies the algorithm even more so. And also, you can't hype Lumi's content. I'm not monetized. That's why you can't hype my shows. Why is it only limited to monetized channels? Why can't we hype unmonetized channels? Don't the unmonetized channels deserve to get hyped too? Because they're putting out content too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, Big Tyrone from prison. How you doing?
Hello, Tyrone. You can call on Tyrone, but you can't use my phone, Michelle.
What's that?
I said you can call on Tyrone, but you can't use my phone.
Oh, okay. That's a joke, I guess. It sounded like one.
Well, kind of. It's from a song. You can call on Tyrone, but you can't use my phone. And it was also featured. It was also featured in Friday. So, anyways.
Well, you know, the thing though is, like I said, is what makes this interesting with this channel is that, and coming from you know this, you've watched this channel for a long time. You know we cover all kinds of crazy stuff. But like I asked Grok, I said, why can't my channel don't I get the growth? And he said, well, part of the reason is because no one's hyping your video.
Your channel needs more Viagra, Michelle.
Oh, is that you or the door?
I don't know. Was it the door?
Open. Hold on a minute.
Ding dong.
Check, make sure it's the door. I'm waiting for a package anyway.
Do 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 do.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
They were just putting the material outside the door so they can, when they come back upstairs, they can get ready to get started. So I'll probably be.
We questioned 100 people, and our top answer is on the board.
Mr. Kister, you know what? Here's the thing. There's a lot of good channels that have content that are not monetized yet because they don't have the 1,000 subs and 3,000 watch hours, but they still are busting their tail to make good content. And those people should still have the option to be hyped because they really deserve it and they need it. Not so much the channel that's already hit the 1,000 hours subscribers and the 3,000 watch hours. they're already done it. They already went through that most tough, arduous mission, but it should be available for both. But, oh, they'll move it around. They're going to have to wheel the table outside because I can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going to have one level floor after they're all done?
I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to have a level floor in the kitchen. I think the kitchen's still going to be on a slant. So maybe that's what's going to slow it down because that reason.
Yeah.
And he's going to have a fun job dealing with a wiring closet. Oh, Lord. Oh, you did sort it out a lot. I did. But he better be careful with that, one thing that's got all the crockery on it. That's got being supported by a 2x4 because he knocks that down, the whole shelf is going to come down with it. Yeah, so anyway, what are you doing today anyway?
My next thing on the itinerary is to plan what I'm going to make for dinner.
Oh, I already know what I'm going to have for lunch anyway. Leftover pizza.
You got a lot of leftover pizza. That's an easy meal there.
Yeah, it is.
Yep, that's what I got to do, though.
Yeah,
what I'm
I
gonna make for
understand that.
dinner.
I understand that they want to focus on it because it's revenue for them. But you know what? Now they're actually running ads on channels that are not even monetized. I don't know if you know.
Exactly.
So that doesn't matter if you're monetized or not. They're still going to run ads against you. And
Yep.
you know what's even more funny? Here, listen to this one. If you use copyrighted music and you're not monetized, right? You know what they tell me? That's what they tell Lummy. Oh, that's okay. You're not monetized anyway. So we're still going to go give the revenues to the copyright holder. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't get anything anyway, so what the fuck do I lose? Nothing. So I can play copyrighted music and no one can, they can't stop me. Because guess what? I'm not going to gain anything. Poor Michelle is the one that gets fucked up, not me. I don't get fucked up. She does, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the problem. That's why I usually say, fuck it. You want to run? You want me to play copyright music? Fine. I don't care. I got nothing out of it.
There you go, Michelle. They only give you pennies anyways. Remember that.
Yeah, but if I could at least get super stickers and super thanks and stuff, that would be nice. That's where most of Michelle's money comes from: is super stickers, super thanks, and memberships. Not from the actual advertising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Margot wants to know if you got Red Baron in the fridge.
No, I don't. I got DiGiorno and I got one Price Chopper pizza. No, wait, you
Price
got one
Chopper.
Aldi's pizza, but yeah, you got one Aldi's that I made last night, and then we have the 4 DiGiornos. Yeah.
Aldi's has some pretty big pizzas in their section.
Yeah. And the meat lovers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yes, I got the Domino's pizza, the Hawaiian pizza that is actually now frozen in my mini freezer. So I can always just warm them up in my oven in low heat to warm them up when I'm in a hungry mood.
So what are you doing after the show, Michelle?
Pizza can be a crapshoot. Sometimes it's okay, but it's not really my thing. I don't like thin crust that much.
What are you doing after the show?
I'm going to be either A, working on trying to get the Brazilian truck DLC running so I can drive my truck in Brazil again, because the other version expired, or I'm gonna because tonight me and I might be playing off camera some Turtle WoW with Gaming Fairy or Ascension WoW.
Okay.
So that's me for tonight.
Yeah.
And then I might go ahead and also do some more violin in today too. But I got a feeling today is also going to be kind of a bit of a mess because it's going to be a lot of things going on here. So that's another reason why I want to kind of go back and hide in my cave for a while so they can work without me getting in the way. I think that's why they decided to wait until my show is over because they realize that as long as I'm still streaming, there's going to be kind of a disruption for them and me. They have to work with them working with the saws and cutting things to fit, and moving things around. So it's just easier for them to do it when I'm not live. Trader Joe's uses pizza recipes from Italy. Well, Trader Joe's is actually working with Aldi South, I believe. Yeah, Aldi South. Because Aldi Nord is the Aldi's that we know here in the U.S. It's still the same company and still the same family. It's kind of funny. Well, see you coming through. I'm going to get ready to wrap it up for now, so I'll talk to you later, okay?
All right, Golden Girl said hello.
You have a nice day. Stay warm out there.
Yep. All right, take care. Bye.
Yep, bye-bye. Yeah, it's going to be kind of crazy. I think that they're going to be doing some work on just switch the camera back to me. They're going to be doing some work on the floor. And I don't know which one the landlord's going to do because he really does the kitchen first. He's going to have to put the kitchen stuff somewhere while he works on the kitchen floor. And then when he's on the kitchen floor, then he's got to take the stuff like, it sounded like he wanted to do this room. And then he wanted to do the living room. So the problem is, he only can move so much. Good luck moving the record shelf. The one that you still have out here. Oh, Lord. Yeah. Like I told Jimmy, he said, look, the main floor in the living room in the studio really isn't a problem. That's not the floor that needed love. The one that needed love, he did. Now, the guy who wanted in the kitchen, that's fine. But the other floor is absolutely fine. The living room and the studio and the bedroom, there's nothing they need to do there right now. Except fix the damn window, which is something you gotta do. So, that's, I don't know when they're gonna get to that. I don't know. I have no clue, and I had none of it either. I think that it's gonna work on it a lot more today than you expect. Yeah, I figured that. Yes. So, let's just get... Oh, if you guys didn't see Ceremony last night, I did put the link in the Discord if you want to watch it. Please do check out Ceremony last night. It was really, really fun. I had a lot of good time with me, Lumi, Carmen, or just totally dripping out. Just was great. Just go check it out. You'd be surprised how fun that was. Absolutely. It was well worth it, I think. Yeah, I think so too. Okay, you're gonna get ready now. You want to do the outro? You want to do the blessing? Me? Yeah, you. You haven't done it. Not recently, no. Okay. Okay, fine, I'll do it. Whose hand? Well, whose hand you want? Why don't I use Michelle's hand? Because some reason, I don't know, it just works. Okay, fine. May all of you guys have a happy and safe day. Enjoy the weather outside. It's not warm, but it's good enough to be safe. Get some things done. And don't forget that I want you safe. Michelle wants you safe. Lumi wants you safe. Mother and Father God wants you safe. And so do I. And so stay out of trouble and be strong and do good for all. Michelle. Okay, I second her comment, and that is, pray to the Lord thy God, and anyone else in the Angels and Saints that are in charge of construction, that the job goes by fine and quick and doesn't totally result in a major disruption of my life or the studio. Oh boy, that's gonna be a tough one to top. Just may all you guys be excellent to one another, and we care about you. We'll just be safe out there. The service is over. Time to go. Peace, kind love, and don't forget to party and do it. And we'll see you all real soon. Okay? Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye, guys.
Michelle and Maria Lumi, I will always be there for you. Michelle, never stop believing in yourself. Go out there and show the world what you can do. Go kick some ass and have a good time doing it. I love both of you so much. I love how far you have come on YouTube.
In the summer's embrace, she finds her way. Twisting and turning, she won't let things sway. With love for the music and fire in her soul, she